Hey, reviews
Back up in here, yo.
with the homie
Liam Neeson's though.
in Cold Pursuit
It's cold though.
in Colorado. All right off the bat, a lot of people probably don't know this, but this is technically a remake.
Yes.
Was it in order? In order of disappearance?
Yeah.
Yeah, in order of disappearance. So, which was like Scandinavian or like Norwegian slash based. So, anyways, made its way over here to America, and thus we get Liam Neeson. All right, so right off the bat, Ian, how did you like it?
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't as much action I was expecting from like a Liam Neeson movie.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gave the trailers off like it's gonna be kind of taken-ish, but in cold weather, something like that. And it just kind of was like, I mean, they did right with this character, sort of, but at the same time, you wanted more action from him.
Yeah, so I can't wait to get into spoilers. It is at its root, it kind of feels like a dark comedy, like a really dark comedy, because there are some moments where they try to throw in like a splash of humor, a little splash of sensitivity, and like a decent amount of like killing that happens. So a little bit of taken-ish type of stuff that's happening. Overall, I'm gonna say Liam does what he does. Still a good action actor.
Yeah.
The other supporting characters in the film, kind of strange. I'm gonna say the bad guy had a very I don't know, like the Viking is what he's called in the film. It's like his mob name, and he has a very like I don't know. I mean,
he's like just peculiar on how he likes things and how he's like really health conscious,
like very rigid, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like oh, it's gotta be like this, gotta be like that. I mean, I would have liked a little bit more background on some of those guys because it actually did make for generally interesting story for some of these characters and how they acted. But that's not the movie that you came to see, right? You came to watch something that's a little bit more action packed. And overall consensus for me when I got up out of the theater is people kind of thought this film was a little boring compared to what they were expecting.
Yes.
So, take that for what it's worth. If you're expecting to see something more on the level of Taken or even a little bit more action packed, kind of like the trailer, that's not the rodeo you're signing up for here.
No.
So overall, what would you give this one?
Like 2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Like I mean, it's a decent movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I feel like if there was more action, I probably would have bumped it up a little bit more. It's just kind of at times it slowed down and then tried to pick up and then kind of slowed down and it's just like all right, we kind of get it, but it's not the action you want.
Okay. Yeah, I really like Liam Neeson as an actor. I'm gonna go ahead and say like 2.5 to 3 because the movie's not like bad, but it doesn't really get you. Like you could sit through it, but I'm gonna say for me, not something you need to see in a theater. Would you agree?
No.
Yeah.
It's like a good Netflix watch.
Yeah, like this was a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Top of the charts. I probably would have given it like a 3.5 or something like that. But for a theater film, gonna drop it down to like 2.5 to 3. And the only reason why I say it at 3 because it's Liam Neeson.
Liam
Neeson. So overall pretty good. It has some good cameos, kind of from there from Laura Dern. She's from a lot of people will remember her in that last horrible Star Wars film. And some other people that you'll kind of remember kind of throughout. Has a home chick from Shameless. She makes an appearance there as a police officer or what have you. So there are some good cameos throughout the film, but it's just nothing that's like,
And it's like they didn't really build the cameo characters. Like the cop, they cut to him, but there's no real reasoning
you're
behind
not really sure
things.
like their overall involvement. Like you would think it would be more for what's going on in their small town, but it's almost. I think the trailer like sums it up best. That like they kind of know something's going on, but they don't really know something's going on.
Yeah.
So it's real interesting. So like we said, overall, probably about a 2.5, maybe a 3 if you're being generous. And you do not need to see it in a theater unless you're a huge fan of
Liam Neeson's though.
Yep. So yeah, probably wait on this one for sure.
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna do spoilers. Get ready.
Spoilers in your face.
He kills everybody, even the police.
include himself. I'm just
No. There actually is a scene.
He actually almost does though.
There is a scene which I thought was crazy because I'm like, he is so depressed over his son, finding out his son, and like apparently he doesn't know his son because the wife is making him feel like even more depressed about it. And so the gun he's holding before he sauced it off, he actually puts it in his mouth and he's about to shoot his brains out. However, his son's friend, who happens to escape the night of his murder, tells him a little bit of information and sets him on his course of vengeance.
Yes, he finds out that, hey, I was stealing drugs from this drug lord. They found out, and your son basically got killed because of what I did.
It was only a bag, and I happened to mention his name. I was like, you are a shitty friend.
Yeah.
What? Really, really bad. And then, everything escalates. He knocks off one gangster, another gangster, and then another gangster, and he kind of runs out of leads after he does that one, because that one he actually doesn't really get much information from.
He basically tells him, like, you can do all this all day. I'm not going to tell you anything. You're not going to get anything.
Yeah. And so he just kind of is like, all right, and kind of shoots him, kills him. So then his brother technically used to have mob ties, or kind of still does, and he kind of sets him on a path of, like, oh, hire this hitman. And I like this twist in the film where the hitman, like, basically tries to go tell the boss, like, hey, I got hired to kill you. You want to pay me some money? And I'll tell you who tried to hire me to kill you. And the guy's like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. And he's like, there's supposed to be this kind of honor among folks. And you got paid $90,000 to knock me off, but you came here to tell me who wanted to kill me instead of actually trying to kill me? Man, should have thought that one through.
Yeah, because now he's like, I can't trust you to leave because you was to say you're gonna take my money and then turn around and try and kill me.
Exactly.
So I gotta kill you.
Not that too. I would definitely say in this film, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but there are definitely a lot of. I guess the original had a lot of racial comments on purpose. It's supposed to kind of spark your conscious to think about, like, how things are being said, how people are acting. So there's a lot of stuff where, like, the main guy, Viking, he talks about people's, like, the way they talk, their pronunciation of things. Like the black guy who's called the Eskimo, he wants to know why he's called the Eskimo. Wow. And he doesn't like the fact that he says ax instead of ask.
Or tries.
Or tries instead of try.
He's like, it's singular.
And the guy's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then he's huge on, like, diet and nutrition, and talking to his son. He's like, I gave you Lord of the Flies as a birthday present. That's all you need to know
in life. Everything you need to know in life is in that book.
Yeah, it's in that book. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like, his son listens to classical music, diet. He has, like, a strict diet. He eats the same thing every day. It just switches and rotates. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. And then there's the comments about the Native Americans.
Yes.
Wow. That kind of goes back and forth. And then there's comments about, like, the white people stealing the land and, what the proper namings are back and forth. So, I'm pretty sure that's there to spark controversy, because in the original one, it was talking about, like, Norwegians and their elitism compared to Serbians or something like that. Yeah. So I guess that they took that, and that's, like, their version of it translated here in America.
Because, they went with, like, white people and Native Americans, and then and even in the Native American group, they were doing something. They was like, have the Indian guy do it. And it's like, he's from India. That's why they kind of say it. What the joke is, because he's actually from India.
That's their hired help.
Yeah.
And then the joke at the hotel, which technically could actually be taken offensive, right?
Yeah, because they come in and the lady's like, so do you have a reservation?
He's like, what?
Do you have a reservation?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
I meant, did you book here?
Yeah, what I heard was you told me and my friends to go back to the reservation. And she's like, no, that's not what I meant. I'm so sorry. And he's like, you know what kind of damage I could do to you?
On Yelp?
I was like, oh my goodness. So, like we said, it's kind of a dark comedy. Like, there's a lot of murder that happens in this film. And they actually tell you everybody who gets murdered puts up their actual name, the nickname from their mob name or whatever. And then, they die. So it's interesting because it's
kind of weird they kind of put their religion above their name.
Kind of, yeah, or like they're...
Because one has a cross, and the
like
other one's at the Jewish star, the other one's like the Native American has the bird. So
well,
they
the
switch.
name has like the peace sign at the end.
Yeah, so they switch off, like, I guess what they feel like was their religion.
Their association, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting choice to do that. I technically have never seen a film that does it in that way. I've seen ones where it show like, you know, like maybe like an anime where it shows like such and such character died or whatever, but this was an interesting choice for it. Like I said, overall not a bad movie, just wasn't as much of what we were expecting or probably what I think the general populace is going to be expecting. So and technically how it ends, rather interesting. Pretty much almost every mob character from both the Native American side and the white guy side all die except for the boss from the Native American side. And funnily enough, the one guy that doesn't die at the end,
they're
dying at the end.
I didn't realize he wasn't there until you go through. Like they're in the, because they go to the ski resort and he's like, I'm gonna go like the little like parasailing thing off the mountain, and the guy's like, are you sure you can do this? He's like,
I was born to fly, white boy.
I was born to fly, white boy. And he takes off. And they just don't talk about him. You don't realize he's never came back down.
Gone.
He's been gone for like hours.
A whole day.
Yeah.
Because dude falls asleep and it's like the early morning the next day and he's like looking over the sunrise and he's like...
And you see him flying and he just comes right in front of like the
I don't know why he does that. Like,
I don't think he had control.
He's way over to the far like right of them and then he comes back.
I don't think he had control. And he's going straight for him. I don't think he had any control.
And he hits the front end of the plow. And
well, it's the snowplow, the chip or whatever, so it shoots out the thing, and they just gotta stop.
And he just gets grounded up underneath and hits the part where it like shoots him out, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, well, apparently everyone dies except for the Liam Neeson's character and the and White Bull, right?
That's
the White
pretty
Bull
much the white gangster.
They kind of just like roll out into the sunset, really. Like, they don't really explain if there's any blowback or anything. You have to kind of guess that there's probably nothing because the police are probably going to think he was out doing his thing.
Because he even said that they tell him, hey, or you didn't get your job, the road needs clearing. Okay. So he goes out, clears the road like his job is. And they basically see that, there was a shootout. Basically, the two mob gangs just basically had a shootout at his place.
They could say it involved his nephew, but the nephew is smart. The boy from the Vikings, he's smart enough, in my opinion, I think, that he'll just be like, they tried to kidnap me, and like this happened. I was being held hostage.
But I don't think they even got him because he just drove off in his own little snowplow thing. So I think he's just gonna go back home to Denver.
I mean, they can catch him. It's not like the thing is going.
But the thing is, they're not even going after him. Like I was saying, like, they're just.
Well, she reported it, right?
Yeah, she reported.
But she has to stay on site for all the other stuff, and who knows? Like you're saying, they could be understaffed, and they might not get to him, right?
I'm like, you don't know there's any cops in town. They don't show anybody else really except for those two.
Yeah, the precinct, they only show like maybe 3 or 4 of the cops, maybe. So.
And I feel like everyone's coming out to the shootout.
Yeah, they're probably
going after the cop. Yeah,
it's very likely they're understaffed.
So the kid probably gets away, or at least gets to a place to call his mom.
Yeah.
And the mom comes gets him.
That's probably what ends up happening. So overall, like you said, I mean, good. Just not like amazingly good like we were hoping for.
It's not like no crazy ending or like surprise or anything else like that. It's just, and it's not like Liam Neeson actually does anything at the end. He kind of just gets caught and everyone shoots around him and
he shoots like one person. No, he doesn't even get to shoot.
He didn't shoot anybody. He didn't kill anybody at the end shootout.
Like the end,
he doesn't have a gun. So all he does is like stab the car with the tree, and that's it.
Yeah, he basically uses this machine, drops the log into the car, and then basically the dude can't drive off. When he's trying to drive off, it does like a 180, and he turns right into the white bull, the Native American gangster, because he technically killed his son. So he's like, revenge, pow, dead. So full circle.
Yeah, that's it. And everyone gets out except for white bull, which is weird because he's in the middle of the thing shooting everything and didn't get touched.
Yep, not at all. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was like everyone was getting shot left and right. He's just like, I'm good. I'm gonna walk out here and just.
Yeah.
But hey, it's Hollywood. Bullets miss,
Exactly.
Stormtrooper shooting.
Once again, we appreciate you. All the love, all the shares, all the likes, all the comments, positive and negative. We see you out there.
We still love y'all.
We still love y'all because you watched it still. So like he usually says, share it out to everybody.
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 Everybody out there,
share it out.
you need to see it.
And we're out. Peace. Wait, now? Yeah, peace.